Tech Zone, Paul Amadeus Lane, ABC News Radio, K-Met. We're talking about games, and more games. Not only that, but great organizations out there that's making sure that gaming is accessible for all. What if I told you, parents, that there are workshops out there that can encourage your daughter to become a video game developer? Now, don't dismiss that as, video games, there's no money in that. Don't believe the hype. That's all that I'm saying. Video game is a booming industry and it's only getting better and better and better and more robust. And a lot of creative minds out there are encouraging all to be a part of it. I had an opportunity to talk to someone who is encouraging girls, young girls, to be a part of this vast industry and to make sure that their voice is heard.
We just recently partnered with PlayStation. We teach girls how to design and program their own video games. And so it's a summer camp that we're best known for, but we also do workshops and we have tutorials online. PlayStation partnered with us last year when we hosted a camp on their campus in San Mateo, and then invited us to this amazing event to be a part of PlayStation Experience. And it has been amazing to be a part of all this love and appreciation that we're getting here. Yeah.
What made you want to create something like this?
So I first started out making games myself. I launched an educational game studio because I wanted to, use the power of video games to teach. Because I wanted to be a teacher before that. And it turns out that, recruiting women for my own studio was really hard. And pretty much everyone that applied to work with us was like 20-something-year-old boy because it's their dream. And I was just like, this can't be true. Like, there's so much that games have to offer that would be interesting to girls. Is there a way to make this more appealing for them? Because I want both perspectives. I want our games to be interesting to both boys and girls. And so we launched one summer camp. It was supposed to be an experiment. It ended up becoming more than an experiment. It ended up becoming a home for a lot of girls who felt excluded in their daily lives. Like when they went to school and had a 3DS, they wouldn't feel confident to take it out because they'd be picked on. Or they just thought that, the games industry didn't need girls and this is just for boys. And, I like games, but not as much as boys and that kind of stuff. So we get a lot of that. But when they come to camp and they see other girls that are just like them, they feel validated in who they are and they want to be a part of it. So it's every year it's their home. And through this educational experience, they're now seeing a new career path that's open to them. And more importantly, they're being confident in who they are. So they can take that confidence with them in whatever they choose to do. And a lot of our graduates don't end up making games, but they do come out of it, feeling really great and feeling like they can take over the world, which is what the program's about.
And Layla, talk about the program. So when the girls come to the camp, what are the first things they learn how to do?
First, the first thing they learn is how to do research, because a lot of them that come in have only played mobile games. This is the mobile generation. They play it on their apps, and they actually call them apps. They don't call them games. So we introduce them to consoles. We introduce them to PC. So we introduce them to all these different ways of, how you can interact with the same experience, but with a different piece of hardware. So it really opens up their horizon. Two, they've only seen a similar kind of game. Like the mobile game market is kind of very saturated and very, very, I want to say like a lot of the games end up having similar themes. But when they play console games, the narrative really stands out and that really grabs them, and that they want to make games that have these deep stories and characters, and it really appeals to them. So research, we have 4 or 5 different parts. So research, game design, programming, game art, audio, playtesting, and then presenting. So this is the full curriculum of the camp. It's 15 days long. It's a very intensive but very, very fun camp. And you get to make a fully functional video game at the end.
Wow, that is so cool. So do they come up with the idea for the games themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. They get to make the game of their dreams. So we put them in teams of 4 to 5, and they have a dedicated mentor that's sort of their teacher and guide for the 15 days. And a lot of those are actually college students who want to make games themselves. So this is sort of passing the baton. We have industry professionals come in, and then we have college students teaching, and the kids are in middle and high school. But yeah, they work with a team, they break up the tasks themselves, and they design the full game. Obviously, like one of the important things that we have to teach to kids and adults is scope. So, things that you should cut out and focus on mechanics. And it's very interesting. Girls will go with the narrative first and mechanics second. So it'll always be, this is the story of a girl that does this and this. And then we have to talk about how does she do it? Does she, jump, shoot, fly, talk about mechanics. So that's really educational for them. Like they're already really good at storytelling, but the putting it together in interesting mechanics and making the game more than just an interactive story, it's really educational.
And when they finish the game, what happens to it?
So now they have a game. They are game developers. At the end of camp, they get certificates and everything. And actually, there's a competition. So that's our favorite part. Is like our camps are in 15 cities in the country, and at the end of that, we take all of the games and pick top 5 and have the 5 teams fly out to the Bay Area. And this past August, that competition was held at PlayStation, and Sean Layden was actually one of the judges. So Tim Schafer, Sean Layden, a whole bunch of amazing people came out, and so 5 teams pitched their games, kind of like Shark Tank, but nicer. And the winning game gets to kickstart and then fully publish their game. So they get to develop it for a year. The game comes out on Steam and other consoles. So the games from 2014 and 15 are coming to PS4 next year.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that is amazing.
They get to make a dream game.
So let's talk about what happens when a girl realizes they're able to do something like this. Does it kind of just blow their mind away?
Yeah, it definitely blows their mind away. They're like, I never knew I could code. I'm not good at math. There's so many messages we hear all the time. I'm not good at math. I didn't think I could make a game. I didn't know that if I was a good drawer, which is like I was a good artist, if I was a good drawer, I could be good at games. So there's a lot of messages like that. And it's just so great to take them from I didn't know to hell yeah, I can, and anyone can. So they don't just go back. They go back with all this energy. They bring their friends with them for the following year. So we've had so many converts. Converts from like girls are not for, games are not for girls and games are for everyone. So it's a great journey. It's 15 days of transformation.
Wow, that is so cool. So who's able to attend? Do they have to live up north in Northern California, or can ones around the U.S. attend?
Yeah, so because it's 15 cities around the country, and we're always adding new cities. So if you go to girlsmakegames.com, you can see where we're going. Girls between 8 to 18 can attend. And as we understand, like not everyone can go to these cities. We're adding our curriculum online. So we're trying to make a virtual summer camp online, and PlayStation is actually one of the sponsors of that. So we'll add all these speakers videos. So it'll be like, talking, hearing from a speaker. We'll have studio tours on there. Everything that you do at a physical camp, but now you can do it at home anywhere in the world. So.
And when it comes to developing games, so was it something that you wanted to do when you were younger?
Actually, not at all. I wanted to teach. So I'm doing, close to what I wanted to do. I had when I was in 3rd grade, I had a backyard school. I grew up in the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East, and my parents were Pakistani immigrants. So education was always seen as sort of like a ticket out of the life that we had. And I was really fortunate. I ended up at MIT on a full scholarship because I couldn't even afford my flight ticket. So MIT paid for my ticket to fly halfway across the world, and my life changed, and I'm just trying to give back, what education did for me. It was such an empowering experience to, grow up in a place where girls are seen as less than, and, I wasn't allowed to play outside, and there were so many things. There was just like, you can't because you're a girl. And suddenly I was in America where anything is possible. So I started a company, and now I'm hoping to pass this on to other girls. And I'm also taking the program back to my country. I'm taking it to Pakistan. There are girls in Pakistan from the village that my parents grew up in who are making games through the program. So many of them who've never seen a computer before, but they're learning how to make a game on it.
That is so awesome what you guys are doing over there. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the ones out there about the organization and how they can help out and be a part of it?
I think definitely about the mission. So game making is a great way to build confidence, and there's something for everyone. That's the part that I love about it. I didn't even play games before I started a game studio because I just wanted to teach, and my husband loves video games, and I was like, you know what, you love games, I love teaching, let's combine. And this seems to be the future of entertainment. So I want to do something good with it. And now I play games, but 4 years ago. So if I can start a company and do this, so there's something in it for everyone, and I really encourage people to do more with games and to learn more, play good games with good messages, and for developers especially to make good games, because we're influencing the minds of young people and the kind of citizens that they become tomorrow based on the entertainment they consume. So this is a very important industry, and I think it'll have a lot of influence in where the world goes in the future. So I'm very excited to be a part of it, and very excited to be partnering with PlayStation, who is a huge part of it. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Layla, it's been awesome talking to you, and look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you so much for interviewing us and for being here. Yeah, this is great.
Wow. I really enjoyed my conversation with the founder and CEO of Girls Make Games, Layla Shabir. What she's doing out there is, I'm telling you, something that you definitely want to continue to watch and be a part of. Parents, if you have your daughters out there, get them in this program. Make sure you go to their website, girlsmakegames.com. And there you can even help out the cause. You can shop on there. Got some great merchandise. And yes, I'm not too proud to say that I have a Girls Make Games t-shirt that I will definitely sport once I lose about 20 pounds and it fits good. But again, a huge shout out to Layla Shabir and her team and what they're doing to encourage us worldwide. When we get back, we are going to close out the show with an inspirational individual that I was so happy that I had an opportunity to share some time with at PSX 2017. We'll be right back after this.